Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. It's another one of those because the season is starting soon and the players just got back from to start preseason. A lot of them obviously are still on international duty. Some still have a longer break than others, but they're starting to slowly come back in, as you know, at the end of the month or early August is the start of the new season. So we have a bunch of players coming back in and trying to impress Thomas Tuchel, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to pick out some of my ones to look out for and see and give you my opinion on what I think will happen if they stay or whether they go. Anyway, before I get into all of that, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. Right, starting off with our beloved, most Chelsea fans love this guy, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We definitely are expecting a lot from him. He's been one of those special cases within the team that we've honestly been waiting to see his best at Chelsea, but unfortunately it hasn't come. Just when we thought that he was about to get that momentum, he gets this huge injury that puts him on the sideline for almost a year. So it's a tough one. I watched some of these games with Fulham. It didn't look like he was at his best, or that there was enough there to kind of get him into the Chelsea team. But obviously this is what preseason's for. He's going to be here trying to impress Tuchel. To be honest, when I look at his style of play and the type of midfielder he is, I don't see him fitting in this Chelsea team. It's so sad to actually say that, but that's the reality of the situation. I really don't think or see him in this Chelsea setup. He would have to bench maybe a Mason Mount, Kai Havertz at times, or even what's his name, Ziyech, depending on which side, which kind of tactics Tuchel is looking for. So I unfortunately don't see him staying. I think he's definitely going to go out for another loan spell. I just don't see him removing those players that we have in there, and especially if we're making signings, especially in the midfield, even if it's defensive mids, it's going to be hard for him to get in there. Kovacic is another one. Jorginho is having an excellent Euros, so he's probably going to get a new contract and stay at Chelsea. So it's tough for Ruben, but I hope that maybe the next loan will be at a bigger team, a better team in the Premier League, where he can, start to get back to his best, and we can see how he does moving forward. Moving on to Broja, that's another young player. He's only 18. He went out to Vitesse, I think it was last season, and he pulled out some really good numbers. I think he played about 36 games and had 11 goals in that with 3 assists, which is not bad, I think, for an 18-year-old. So he's looking like a prospect, but then again, I think right now is not the time for him to come into this Chelsea setup. Unfortunately for him, you have such young players like Mason Mount and Pulisic and Ziyech that are doing so well in the setup that it's going to be hard again for him to get time in. And although he's versatile and he can play in different forward positions, it's just not looking like Chelsea are going to have it to put him in there somewhere. I definitely think, like I said with Ruben, another loan, hopefully it brings out more in him than it did last season. Even though his last season was amazing, I think he was the joint top scorer with Vitesse at the time. So I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Vitesse. Anyway, so yeah, just hopefully things work out for him. But again, I just don't see him getting into this Chelsea lineup at this moment. And yeah, off again, the loan army continues at Chelsea Football Club. Moving on to Conor Gallagher. A lot of people have been talking about Conor. I've watched him in some of the West Brom matches last season. I don't see what the hype is, unfortunately. Maybe I'm not watching enough football of his, but I just don't see him coming in and and proving himself to the point where he eclipses even the Ross Barkleys. I really don't think Gallagher is even at the level of Ross Barkley, and Ross Barkley has been abysmal since he joined I mean, abysmal is a strong word, but he hasn't been great since he joined Chelsea. So yeah, so I don't know, maybe other people see something in him that I don't. I've been wrong before with the Cullums, and maybe I'll be wrong with Ruben, but him especially, I think Conor just doesn't cut it. I just don't see like the special player that everyone keeps mentioning whenever I watch him play. Yes, he's a hard worker, yes, but he doesn't look like someone that's going to change a game in a Champions League semi-final or a group stage, who's going to come on or start the match and just prove himself to be levels. Moving on to Ethan Ampadu, which is a very interesting one. I rate him. I definitely think that he has what it takes to make it in this Chelsea team. But again, the timing is so off. I think with all our defenders right now, with the Thiago Silva, Christensen having another amazing Euro, and Rudiger and so on and so forth. Again, it doesn't look like there's a space for him. I don't know if he stays at Chelsea this season. He's just going to be on the bench, and it's very unfortunate for him. But that's the reality of the team that we've got right now. There's things that we need to change. There's positions that we need to strengthen, obviously. But in most positions we have the right players. We have the best players, and it just looks like it's going to be very tough for anyone in the loan army to kind of get in there. I didn't have Ross Barkley on the list, but he's another one who's coming back, and we're not quite sure what's going to happen with him, and again, doesn't look like he has it to kind of fit into this team. So it's going to be a tough one. I'm definitely going to look out for the preseason matches and see what Thomas Tuchel does with each player. Hopefully his decision comes soon and they can make the moves to the respective loan clubs. But if not, hopefully that they're not too on the bench in the season. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, anyway, that's my view on the loan army, the guys coming back. Well, some of the guys coming back. Obviously Chelsea's loan army is so huge, this could be a video for 10-20 minutes, so I'm just gonna stick to those guys. Again, like I said, the season is starting soon, so more videos are coming. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys for the next video. I'm out. Peace.